So what do you do when you're going through a kind of tough time? This week was a really powerful week for me because I'd spent the last 2 weeks feeling a little bit off in terms of mindset. And I go through these things from time to time. I think that we all do in one way or another, right? Where I was feeling like something wasn't 100% right internally and going through a lot of self-doubt and a lot of just kind of weird feelings. And I've spent the last 2 weeks trying to really take care of myself, trying to be graceful with myself and understand that sometimes these sort of things happen and they're normal. And then also just listening to a lot of audios and a lot of reading books and a lot of things that I could do to really help me get clarity and, on the truth. I feel like sometimes we get stuck so much on things that aren't truth, right? On like, okay, this is going on, and we create these like big dramas and movies in our heads and things that we have like, this is truth, this is what's going on. And when we're able to separate from them a little bit, we realize that they're not really truth. They're just like some made up story that we've created, that when you really look at them, they're not the reality. They're not what's really going on. So, I spent the last 2 weeks really working on mindset. I actually read, there's a couple of books, let me show you. A couple of books that I've been reading that have been truly helpful for me. The first one is this one. It's called Letting Go by David Hawkins. And that book in particular talks about kind of like the scale of emotions. I might be using the wrong specific words, but basically he shows this thing of like this scale of emotions of, at the bottom is shame and guilt, and then you move up to pride and courage and neutrality, and as you move to the top is love and joy. So it's basically about recognizing where you are at in that scale, like when you're feeling through, not great, or in general, I guess, maybe you don't have to be feeling bad, but recognizing where you are and letting go of things or surrendering certain things of that emotion so that you can move up the scale to the next level. So if you're feeling like, guilt, okay, what can you do? What can you kind of surrender around that? Or what can you let go around guilt so it moves you up to apathy, for example? So it was a really helpful book this week. And the other thing that I'm reading, or the other book that I'm reading, is this book called Think and Grow Rich by Pam Grout. And it has like daily exercises for 30 days. I'm still going through it right now. I literally just started it, but it's been really helpful. I've also been listening to a lot of Abraham Hicks recordings on YouTube, which I had never listened. I mean, I have one of the books from Abraham Hicks on Audible, which is like Money and the Law of Attraction, I think. Really good. But I've been listening to some of the audios, and they're so good, like on YouTube, the videos on YouTube, and there's a lot of really great stuff there. And that has been truly helpful. And I feel like my kind of conclusion through this, now that I finally am through the like mental muck or crap or whatever was going on, like now that I'm finally over it, thank God, I feel like there are a couple of big lessons or takeaways from it. The first one I would say is around always chasing joy, basically. What I mean with that is going after the things that truly make you feel great. Especially when we're going through a tough moment and we're thinking like, I don't know, I don't feel that good, I don't feel that happy or whatever. Just doing things that make you feel great. So last Sunday, for example, I told my husband, you know what, I just really want to go to the beach. The climate said that it was going to be kind of not the best weather. It was going to be cloudy. It might rain. And I was like, you know what? I don't care. Even if it rains, like, let's just go to the beach today and spend the day there with the girls and just really relax. Well, you can't relax that much when you have a 4-year-old and a 9-month-old, but still, try to relax as much as possible. So we went to the beach and it was a really great day. And then we came back home and we had like a barbecue and put on music and drank some wine and just really relaxed. And it really set the mood for the rest of the week, because that was on Sunday, to make me feel just great and grateful. So I feel like following joy is a really, really great thing that I learned this week. Of any time this week where I just felt like I didn't want to do something, I try to listen to that. And like, for example, yesterday, Fridays, I usually sit down and work on content and work on a lot of things. And I was like, you know what? I just really don't feel like doing that much today. I was super, super tired. I've been working out a lot, which is why my hair is wet right now, because I just took a shower because I was at the gym this morning. But you know, I was like, I'm just gonna take it easy. So I did. You know, I didn't do that much work yesterday, and I was like, I'm just taking Friday off, basically. And I usually kind of take Friday off, but yesterday, like, I worked maybe until noon, and yesterday I worked until like 10:30 in the morning, and I was like, you know what, that's it. That's all that I'm doing. I maybe work for an hour. So following joy is a big thing. And the other one, connecting to this, it's about gratitude. I feel like that was another one of the big lessons that I had this week around really finding gratitude in everything that you do. And I know that this is obvious sometimes, like, or maybe it's not. Maybe you might think that it's not that obvious, but for me, it's obvious. I start every single day with a gratitude like routine. I have this notebook where I write everything that I'm grateful for every single day. But I realize that there's really three ways to look at gratitude, right? The first one is being grateful for the things that you have, like obvious things, right? Like, I'm grateful for my office. I'm grateful for my husband, for my daughters, for my family, for my clients, like things that I'm really grateful for right now, which I can see and feel. The second thing is being grateful for things that haven't happened yet. And that takes visualization, and it takes you really closing your eyes and getting into that as much as possible as you possibly can. I've been listening to a lot of stuff from Mike Dooley. If you guys haven't heard him, he's amazing. And I just signed up for his like monthly mastermind, where every Tuesday he shares a video on manifestation and visualization, and it's amazing. So being grateful for things that haven't happened yet, as if they already had happened. Amazing. I've already been doing that, but I'm really, this week, one of the things that I did was really take my time to visualize what I want. And I've listened to a whole bunch of audios and a lot of things that help me connect to that energy. And the third thing that you want to be grateful for are challenges. And this is something that I was able to do this week and really shifted me off of that like crappy feeling that I had for the past week or so, or a couple of weeks. Which is just being grateful for challenges and saying, okay, God or universe or whatever you believe in, I know that this challenge is here to make me stronger. I know that it's here for a reason, and I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for the fact that I'm growing and that something great is going to come out of this. And just changing that perspective. Instead of resisting things that are happening to you and be like, oh, this is happening to me. Oh my God, how horrible, poor me, or blah, blah, blah. It's shifting from that victim mentality or that fear or like, I don't know, that sort of energy to saying, thank you for this. You know, I know that this is happening for me for a reason, and I know that from it, I'm going to be able to grow and I'm going to be able to expand, and I'm just grateful for it. So those were some of the lessons that I got from this week. It really changed the game, because obviously when I shifted to joy and I shifted to gratitude, everything shifted internally and externally. Signed like 3 new clients this week. My clients they've already been doing it, but my clients message me with amazing results, amazing things are happening to them. So it's like everything suddenly shifted. So those were some of my lessons from esta semana, from this week. I will see you guys next week on next week's lessons.